The very first thing you need to learn to begin sewing with your sewing machine is how to wind a bobbin. Your machine bobbin may be plastic or metal, but there is a specific size and maybe even a specific brand for your machine. Using the wrong size bobbin can cause a multitude of problems like skipped stitches, broken needles, bunching threads, and maybe even harm to the machine itself, so make sure you get the correct bobbin. For most machines, a bobbin winder is located on top of the machine. There will be a short bobbin holder with a rubber stopper next to it. Place an empty bobbin onto the holder. It's best not to wind a bobbin that's already partially filled with thread. Use empty ones only, and that will ensure trouble-free sewing. Place the thread spool on the spool holder, which is longer than the bobbin holder. Generally, the main thread spool holder is on the top of the machine or towards the back. Some machines have the thread spool holder placed vertically, others have the spool holder placed horizontally. Some machines will have both. Check your sewing machine manual to see if the thread spool should be placed with the thread feeding from underneath or top with horizontal spool holders, or clockwise or counterclockwise for the vertical spool holders. It does make a difference in the quality of your stitches once you thread the machine. Place the thread cap over the top of the spool to make sure the thread doesn't get caught on the top of the spool itself. Next, locate the tension disc, usually is on the top of the machine. This is a small metal disc, and the thread must pass through the middle of the discs to maintain a correct tension. Your manual or a diagram on top of the machine will show you which direction the thread must pass. On some machines, the thread will go through the tension disc clockwise, and on others it will pass counterclockwise. Next, bring the thread over to the bobbin and wrap the thread around the bobbin 2 or 3 times. Your manual will show you which direction to wrap the thread. If in doubt, you can take the time to pass the end of the thread through the small hole in the top of the bobbin itself and hang on to the thread as it first starts winding. Either way, after a few seconds of winding, stop and clip the starting thread if it hasn't wound up inside the bobbin itself, and then start the winding process again. To start winding, push the bobbin towards the rubber stopper, and if you have an automatic winder with a separate motor, the bobbin will begin filling until it is full and stop automatically. Other machines require you to step on the foot pedal to begin winding, and some older machines require you to loosen the hand wheel on the side of the machine by turning it towards you, which actually disengages the sewing process. However you do it, your machine should not be making stitches while winding a bobbin. Nearly all machines will stop automatically when the bobbin is full. You'll hear the machine slowing as it nears the full up stage. You shouldn't fill the bobbin more than the outside edges of the bobbin, because then you'll get tangles and the bobbin thread won't feed correctly once you put it into the bobbin case. When the bobbin is full, push the stopper to the right, unless it's clicked off by itself. Then you cut the thread and remove the wound bobbin from the holder. Now that your bobbin is wound, it is time to learn how to thread the top of the sewing machine.